Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. What would you do if one single decision risked your image, your fame, and even your career? Most stars would cling to their polished looks, but Wang Yibo did the unthinkable. He shaved off a hairstyle worth tens of millions of yuan. And in doing so, he revealed something far more valuable than appearances. The truth of who he really is. In the world of modern entertainment, appearances are often guarded like treasures. Every hairstyle is calculated, every look carefully preserved to maintain the fragile illusion of perfection. It is against this backdrop that Wang Yibo made a choice that stunned both his team and his fans. For his role in peacekeeping riot control team, he agreed to shave his head, removing a hairstyle that had become almost iconic, a style that some even valued in the tens of millions of yuan. The act itself seemed simple, a razor passing over a scalp, but in the eyes of the industry, it was almost an act of rebellion. His agent, accustomed to protecting every fragment of his marketable image, reportedly turned pale at the sight, because there was no undoing it. This haircut signified a kind of freedom that few stars dare to take. The freedom to put truth and authenticity above commercial safety. Yet this was not a one-time decision. It was consistent with how Wang Yibo has lived his career. Away from the glamour, his actions reveal a man who quietly gives without asking for recognition. In Yunnan province, villagers woke up one morning to see construction equipment working on a road that would forever change their daily lives. Gone were the days of muddy paths in the rain and clouds of dust in the summer heat. The funds that made this possible came not from a government grant or a corporate campaign but from the combined effort of Wang Yibo and his fans. Together, they raised nearly 200,000 yuan and handed it over without ceremony, without press releases, without hashtags trending on social media. If not for a letter of thanks released by the foundation involved, no one beyond that village might ever have known. Even more inspiring is the way his fans have transformed under his influence. Instead of focusing solely on the traditional cycle of consumption, albums, concerts, merchandise, they began to mirror his low-profile generosity. They raised money to build gymnasiums for underfunded schools, offering spaces where children could play, learn, and dream. In these acts, the relationship between idol and fan evolved into something rare, a partnership grounded not in consumption but in shared responsibility. Wang Yibo's story is not only about personal sacrifice, but also about how authenticity can ripple outward, shaping an entire community into a force for good. There are moments in Wang Yibo's journey that strike directly at the heart, moments that cannot be staged or manufactured because they emerge from the raw essence of human determination. One such moment occurred during the filming of a documentary when his knee, swollen and inflamed, became a silent plea for rest. Doctors advised him to stop, to step back before the injury grew worse. But Wang Yibo refused. He shook his head firmly and answered with words that carried more weight than any scripted performance. It was about responsibility, about carrying the burden for his team, and he could not walk away. The camera captured the scene without embellishment. No swelling music or carefully orchestrated tears, just a man choosing perseverance over comfort. In its simplicity, the scene revealed a kind of truth that no amount of packaging could replicate. The same authenticity radiated when he carried the Olympic torch in Paris in 2024. In front of a global audience with billions of eyes watching, he did not deliver a polished speech or indulge in grand symbolism. Instead, he said something profoundly simple. When he held the torch, he represented the attitude of Chinese youth. That understated statement reverberated far beyond the stadium. It resonated with people who had grown weary of slogans and spectacle, offering instead a glimpse of genuine pride and responsibility. What others might have used as a platform for self-promotion, he transformed into a quiet but powerful gesture of representation. During the pandemic, when the world was gripped by fear and uncertainty, Wang Yibo acted in ways that were equally understated. He donated multiple times to support relief efforts, but without any fanfare, without media coverage arranged to highlight his generosity. Instead, his gratitude emerged in the form of a performance where he sang simple songs of thanks for frontline medical workers. The songs were not polished showpieces but heartfelt tributes, voices carrying warmth at a time when the world desperately needed reassurance. It is in these quiet, unadorned acts that his emotional core is revealed. While the entertainment industry thrives on spectacle, Wang Yibo touches hearts precisely because he avoids it. His strength is not found in grandiose displays, but in his ability to connect with universal feelings: pain, responsibility, gratitude, pride. And in those moments, he allows audiences to feel that what they are witnessing is not just a performance, but a glimpse of something real. In the glare of modern entertainment, where perfection is sculpted and flaws are erased, authenticity has become a rarity, almost a luxury too fragile to survive. Yet Wang Yibo stands as a living reminder that sincerity, though risky, can be more powerful than the safest script. His story is not merely about a haircut or a quiet donation. It is about a philosophy that dares to challenge the rules of a world built on illusions. He demonstrates that courage is not only the ability to face physical danger, but also the willingness to defy expectations, to choose a path that may not guarantee applause yet carries the weight of truth. The entertainment industry thrives on predictability. Stars are encouraged to protect their images, to repeat the formulas that once earned them success, and to avoid any step that might compromise marketability. But Wang Yibo breaks that mold. He embraces what many would call unnecessary risk, climbing new mountains of artistic challenge, allowing himself to be seen in moments of vulnerability, and putting responsibility before comfort. In doing so, he redefines what it means to be an idol. He is not a polished image for consumption. He is a human being who dares to grow in public, even when growth demands sacrifice. This defiance is not reckless. It is purposeful. By shaving his head, he showed that an actor's dedication can outweigh vanity. By quietly funding a road, he reminded people that true generosity does not require recognition. By singing to medical workers without fanfare, he revealed that gratitude can be more moving than grand gestures. These choices, small in scale yet vast in meaning, create ripples that extend far beyond his own career. They encourage fans to rethink what it means to admire someone. Instead of limiting themselves to consuming his art, they have begun to mirror his actions, turning admiration into social contribution. In this transformation lies the true legacy of his influence. What makes this message deeply moving is that it is not about the triumph of one individual alone. It is about possibility, the possibility that sincerity can survive in a space dominated by spectacle, that risk can be more enduring than safety, and that vulnerability can inspire strength. For young people facing uncertainty, his journey is proof that failure or success matters less than the courage to climb. For older generations, it recalls the timeless truth that character is measured not by wealth or recognition but by the quiet choices made when no one is watching. Perhaps the most inspiring element is the way his philosophy transcends borders. Whether in China, the United States, Korea, Japan, or beyond, audiences see in him a reflection of their own struggles. The pressure to conform, the fear of losing face, the temptation to take the easy path. His example suggests that authenticity is not bound by culture but is a universal language. It speaks to anyone who has ever hesitated before a challenge, anyone who has ever wondered if being real was enough. Wang Yibo answers with his actions. It is not only enough, it is essential. In the end, his message is both simple and profound. True courage is not about playing safe or pleasing everyone. It is about daring to be real, to take risks that might cost everything yet leave behind something priceless. And in a world saturated with performance, that rare authenticity shines brighter than any spotlight. So, how long can a star like Wang Yibo survive in an industry ruled by packaging and numbers? Perhaps the answer doesn't matter. What matters is the possibility he represents, the possibility of a different kind of stardom, one built on sincerity, action, and resilience. Thank you for watching Star Watch Now. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories from the world of entertainment. Stay with us, because the next chapter may surprise you even more. Until then, keep climbing your own mountains.